Tying for fifth were the flamboyant crew of Sandeep Jandu and Gurdeep Mehangra. Whilst they take each rally very seriously, they never fail to entertain. Each mistake only added to their popularity. This was their highest ever placing, and it was now a question of whether they could hold it to the end.
Well, today I can't complain. The roads are good, everything, apart from few navigational mistakes here and there.
But you've known each other long enough. If he goes right, you know.
Yes, that's why I'm leaving. If it was another navigator, would have been fighting in the section by now.
No, 2 navigational mistakes.
No, he says many.
Many, my God. He doesn't know how to drive.
Having failed to finish in the 2 opening rounds of the season, Jaswinder and Ravi Chana were pleased that the Toyota GT4 was behaving, giving them the opportunity to get some rally miles behind them. They lacked the top-end speed needed for the event, but made up for this through the Forest to claim 7th. The rally had reached the halfway point. Alex Horsey in the Evo 10 was in the lead by 55 seconds from Azhar Anwar, with Ian Duncan now in 3rd. The top 3 had broken away from the others, and 4th place was still wide open. On such a quick rally, the navigators had to be on the ball, especially on the countdown to the junctions. With each rally held in remote parts of the country, relaying the results and connecting journalists to the World Wide Web for up-to-the-minute status reports on the event, the services of the championship sponsors Highway Communications are invaluable.
Highway Africa, via our VSAT solutions, provide the car's position and results and are available real-time from any location where the rally is happening across the country.
Through the Highway satellite link, CarTrack have brought a safety net to rallying that not only enables organizers to keep track of each car, but also activates instant rescue services should the need arise.
What we have is a panic button. When the driver is in an emergency situation, he presses the panic button, and the CarTrack transponder transmits that information to us in terms of coordinates, and we're able to send emergency response in terms of ALS helicopter to the driver.
Each car is fitted with a transponder, and whilst many stopped, none called for help, including Stefano Rocca and Franco Donadel driving a Datsun 240Z, one of the 3 classics entered in the event. The only help they needed was to get fit enough to take on the East African Safari Classic later in the year.
Every day I do gym, bicycle, running every day. So I won't give up until when? The 22nd of November, won't give up.
The 2-wheel drive classics were at a disadvantage on this event, and whilst they were the pace setters back in the 70s, against the modern 4-wheel drives, it was a struggle to keep up. In the driving seat, the concentration was intense, with the cars twitchy on the straights and sideways on nearly every bend. This is Aslam and Arshad Khan. Whilst there is always rivalry between these old cars, the main goal is an overall result, and Aslam and Arshad were not unhappy to finish 15. The second escort was driven by Simon Tyso, who had flown out from England for the weekend. Navigated by Imran Khan, the journey was well worthwhile. They are seen here driving on a flat on their way to finishing 14th.
Never driven in sand before, so that was a new experience, but that's the reason why we're here, to do a couple of events prior to the East African Safari, just to get used to the terrain and see what we can get away with and can't.
The 2 escorts were no match to the power of the Datsun 240Z, which left them trailing in their dust. Stefano Rocca and Franco Donadel were faster than many of the 4-wheel drives, snatching 9th place overall and the points gained put them in the lead of the 2011 KCB Classic Car Cup.
I think about all my friends, which are 56, which are, I don't know where, either in Africa or in Europe, working like dog to the what? Here, look, isn't it fantastic?
11 cars took part in the two-wheel drive category, where the competition was expected to be amongst the two favourites, James Karimi and Gurmeet Tethi, who were lying first and second on the championship board. But on the opening spectator stage, it was Adnan Suhail and Absalam Aswani who dominated, giving the others something to think about overnight. Out on the main stages the next day, Gurmeet Tethi and Dipinder Khalsi set the pace, but only on stage 1. On stage 2, they broke a shock absorber which got lodged in the bodywork, and by the time they got going, they were time-barred. James Karimi and Kimeli Korir were quicker than the Dudu, taking over the lead, and by the end of stage 3 had opened up a margin of well over a minute. The only all-lady crew in the event were Joan Nesbitt and Tamara Jones driving this Toyota Tercel. This was their third event, loving every moment behind the wheel, but are still very much learning the ropes. They came 6th after what had been an interesting outing.
We got lost, we made our way back, we had a flat tire, we landed in a ditch, we almost took out some spectators, we almost came to a flying finish and we stopped in the middle of the main roads. We hit the railroad tracks and flew. We're okay now.